Hello, thank you for joining in. I am Mark from Forge and Flow. I'll be your Qigong guide through this little practice here. Just wanted to talk a little bit about what we're going to be discussing today. The idea of embracing suppleness. What does that even mean? Well, think of something that's supple. Water, perhaps, flowing water, like a trickling stream, even a great big flowing river that seems powerful has this supple quality to it. So we're going to try to embrace that more into our lives because there is so much that is rigid and overly structured in this existence that we're in, and that can keep us tight, that can build a lot of tension within us, not only our muscles, but in the way our functions work throughout our organs, the way our blood flows, our lymph flows, and the way our chi flows, our life force energy. Maybe it doesn't flow because things are so stuck and rigid and things get stagnant and toxic. So when we relax and become more subtle and supple, we can open things up and allow for more flow. If you'd like to learn more about this, we talk about this in the Jammin' with the Tao series on our channel. We talk about chapter number 10 regarding embracing the suppleness. So if you'd like some more of the philosophy, please check out that video and you can learn more. But we're going to do a physical practice here. Get a little practical so that we can learn to be more fluid, to bring a little bit more flow in our lives, and to embrace the present moment. That's huge. That is how we're going to start every practice, is centering and getting into that present moment. So stay tuned and we'll jump into a practice. Okay, welcome. We are going to embrace suppleness. So we're going to do a lot of fluid motions and try to open things up and not be so rigid and tight and structured. We want to have some base of structure, but not being so tight that things are not moving properly. We want to open things up. So let's start with a nice gentle bow. We're going to rise our hands up, above, and down to the heart, with a gentle bow of respect and gratitude, and hands down by the side. We're going to start by opening up to what we call the high horse stance. And what that is with the feet just about shoulder width apart. And we want to sink into the knees, slight bend to the knees. We're not bending down, engaging the legs too much, just dropping the knees a bit. Slightly tilting the hips forward. Nice straight back. We don't want to be leaning forward. We don't want to be leaning backwards. We want to be nice and straight and centered. Relax the shoulders, relax the neck, slightly tip down the chin. Feel like the feet are rooting down. Nice, heavy and strong in the legs, but as we go up and up into the organs, into the torso, the shoulders, the neck, getting lighter and lighter and lighter, allowing that energy to sink down. We get tight mostly in the neck, in the shoulders, in the back. So we're going to open up all of those areas and allow for more flow through the neck. This is a huge channel for nerves. So we want greater nerve flow. We want greater blood flow. And that way we can get more oxygen throughout the body, more nutrition throughout the body, and help things flow better. That'll help us stimulate the immune system to work better and stronger, and to help us stay well and vital. So in this high horse stance, first thing we're going to do is open up the neck. So very simply doing some neck rolls. But what we're going to do is also bring the arms up. We build a lot of tension in the shoulders. So by opening the shoulders, but also relaxing them. We don't want the arms all the way up here, engaging these shoulders too much. We want to still relax the shoulders, but engage them. They're not totally relaxed. They're not totally engaged. Kind of in the middle, find a spot where you can hold your arms up, where you don't feel too much tension in the shoulders. Palms down, palms up, whatever you like. Palms down might be a little easier. If you turn the palms up, that's great, but you're going to feel a little bit more of a stretch and a twist in the arms. So if that's too much, palms down is fine. And we're going to work the neck. So we're going to roll the neck, bring the ear as close to the shoulder as you can. I'm going to my left, bringing the left ear down to the left shoulder. And then rock the head forwards and then backwards. And forwards and back. Now we're going to add a little breathing to this. As we go back, I'm going to inhale and forward, exhale. Back, inhale, forward, exhale. Again, back, inhale, still on the left side here, forward, exhale. One more, bring the head back, inhale, forward, exhale. As we do this, you're going to roll the chin down across the front. And over to the other side, same thing, inhale to the back, exhale, forward. You might start feeling your shoulders at this point. We're going to try to work through it. Yes, that is building tension. The idea is to work out through the tension. That way the tension doesn't affect us as much. We're going to do some more relaxing things in a moment, but we want to open up the neck here. Exhale forward. Inhale back. And again, exhale forward. Inhale back. And go to the center. Release the arms. And bring the chin back to the center. Bringing the hands out in front now, facing, palms facing what we call the lower dantian. Let's call it the belly. Slightly in front, we want maybe about a foot, 10, 12 inches of space between the hands and the belly. In that nice high horse stance. Relax the shoulders, elbows slightly down or out. Do out, elbows out. And what we're going to do here is something called the owl. The wise owl looks behind. And all we're going to do is imagine that these hands are wings, great big owl wings. And as we open the hands with a big inhale, turn the neck to one side. I'm going to my right. Nice inhale, and then close with an exhale. And then open to the other side. Open the arms, inhale, twist the neck to the other side. And back. So a couple of nuances here. First thing is as we open, we're going to inhale. As we close, exhale. And you can exhale out the mouth if you like, but I like to do meditative breathing in and out through the nose. But either way is fine. Breathe in through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. Okay, so that's the motion and that's the breath. Now, a couple of refinements here. As we open, keep your eyes open and try to look over your shoulder as much as you can using your peripheral vision. And then close back to center. Then when we open up to the other side, again, try to look over your shoulder as far back as you can, stretching the eyes, stretching the eye muscles, and back. So we want to get as much of a full range of vision as we can around. Open up, using your eyes, follow the line of vision all the way back, as far back as you can. Another nuance is the pacing, the timing here. So as we open up, we're turning the head. When we get to the arms fully open, the head should get to the point where it stops. Same thing coming back. When we fold closed, the head follows the same timing. We don't want to open the arms slowly and turn the head fast. We don't want to close the arms fast and turn the head slowly. We want to do the same timing here. So as we open, turning the neck, turning the head, and we get to the, I guess we can call it the peak of the motion at the same time of the head and neck and arms. And then closing, everything gets back to the center at the same time. Open, inhale, using your eyes, being mindful of the timing, looking behind, big inhale, and then exhale, close slowly. And again. Breathing intentionally and deeply and slowly. Opening, looking behind as best as you can. Opening the neck muscles and back. So we want to release tension in the neck and the shoulders. We want to build strength so that tension doesn't affect it as much. We get tense because we get stuck, we get rigid. When we have more fluid muscles and stronger connective tissues, that tension doesn't build up, it moves through. It doesn't get stagnant. If it does get stagnant, you can do these simple exercises to just work them out. Let's do one more each side. Open. And close. Last one. Open. So right now you might be thinking, hey, wasn't this an embracing suppleness video? Why do we feel so rigid? It's because we're just releasing tension right now, trying to build strength. That way we don't get as tense. But you're right, this is an embracing suppleness video, so we are going to do some more flows. This one, probably one of my favorite motions. It can feel a little complicated or clumsy in the beginning, but I'll walk you through it. And as you start moving through it, you'll see that it gets easier and lighter and more flowing. It's called cloud hands. It's a classic maneuver. And essentially, all we're doing is twisting side to side, allowing the hands to follow. So we don't want to use the shoulders too much. We don't want big muscular arm movements. We're twisting at the hips here, twisting at the hips. And when we twist the hips, the torso follows. So if we hold the arms out and we twist the hips, the arms are not moving on their own. The structure of your body is moving the arms. And back, you're just twisting the hips. Your arms are essentially moving, but you're not using the muscles. So that's how we talk about suppleness. Imagine a tree rooted down, very strong and structured, but the branches are flowing in the wind. Doesn't necessarily mean that the branches themselves are moving, but the whole structure throughout the tree is moving and the branches move with it. This is maybe something that we can't necessarily see, but the energy is moving throughout the entire tree. So imagine that your lower part of the tree is moving and then the upper branches move with it. So for the cloud hands, there's a couple of nuances here. And one is that the one hand is going to go across the face line, palm facing the face. And then another hand is going to kind of scoop downward. So a swoop and a scoop. Swoop and a scoop. And when we put them together, we generate this kind of motion. But we'll take it step by step. Easy way to start is hands up to the sides, palms facing down. Well, let's take the right hand and start to scoop it down, twisting the hips, twisting towards the left, and now the hands meet. Okay, we're twisted, looking to the side, hands are together, but apart, slightly apart, at the same plane here. I have my right palm up, left palm down. Now what I'm going to do is twist the body. Let's not even worry about the hands right now. Twist the body, and you'll see that the hands just float along the side. Turn the palms, left palm up, right palm down. Twist the hips and watch, like clouds, cloud hands, they just float along. Turn the palms again, right palm up, left palm down, cross. So I just want you to get the sense that the lower part of the body is moving the upper part of the body. Turn the palms over again so we get to the other side. And then once more, turn the palms. Now, we're going to introduce these other arm motions. Now, I know I said the arms don't move, but they're going to start to move into position, and when they get to the position, they're going to float. So the right hand comes up towards the face, left hand comes down towards the belly, and then we pivot. Arms are not moving, they're floating. Then they move to the sides to meet again. And now I have the left palm up, right palm down. Left palm comes towards face, right palm comes towards belly, and then they float as we twist. So just to get the mechanics down, we're going to be a little rigid here, but we're going to open up and embrace more suppleness. Okay, to the side, one hand across the top, one hand down the bottom, twisting with the hips. Twist with the hips, allow the hands to follow, and then the hands meet. Imagine like the sun and the moon going around the planet. One's going up, one's going down, and then they meet and alternate. Go around the other sides. Now let's start smoothing this out. So without stopping on the sides, we're going to turn the hands, always turning the hands to the sides. So that way one comes up, one goes down. One hand up towards the face, one hand down towards the belly, and then to the horizon again, and back. So we just want to keep on refining and smoothing and getting lighter and more flowy, more supple. You can close your eyes, or you can look at the palm that's going across your face. That palm should be maybe a foot. You don't want it right in front of your eyes. You don't want it way out, engaging the shoulders more. A nice comfortable distance from the face. And you can look at that palm, center of the palm. It's very centering, very calming, very presencing. Or you can close your eyes. And now here comes the hardest part of this entire thing, of the practice in general. I just mentioned present moment, so coming into that present moment. That means forgetting about distractions, forgetting about to-do lists, forgetting about that thing that person said to you, or that thing you need to say to that person. Anything that is a worry or a concern or a stressor, even if it's a simple distraction. You're outside, maybe you hear some other activity from other people. Maybe there's some nature sounds. You can hear them, but don't allow them to distract you. Stay focused on what you're doing, where you are, who you are. That is what Qi really means. We talk about the life force energy, but when you break down the character, it can signify who am I, where am I, what am I doing. I encourage you to look at the video I made about that, about Qi. Find the link right here. Or come back to this point, or go to the channel, find the video about Qi, and I break down all the different meanings of Qi, and that is one of them. And that's what helps us come to the present moment. Remembering, who am I, where am I, what am I doing? Keeping that awareness a practice. Right now, we're trying to embrace suppleness. We're trying to find more fluidity and flow as to what we are doing. So where are we? That's dependent on where you are, but also where are you in your life? Are you at a crossroads? Are you at a stable point? Are you figuring things out? These practices can help with that by centering and calming, releasing some of that rigidity and tension to bring more clarity. And the who am I? Only you can answer that one. But not your name, your career, your job. Really, who are you? The core essence of who you are. By doing these practices, you can begin to understand that a little bit more deeply. And that can also help you come into a little bit more presencing, present moment. Not being so worried on the past, not being so concerned with the future. So much to a debilitating way, because that can keep us away from ourselves. Focusing too much on things past or things that have yet to come can take us away from the very moment that we are living right here, right now. Breathing can be very natural and neutral here, but you can also bring a little bit more of an intentional breath into this as well. Now you can bring different types of breath, and it's all relative to you and your breathing capacities, your lung capacities, how long of a breath you can take, how long of a breath you would like to take. There's no right or wrong way to do this, but a couple of examples could be a shorter breath of inhaling through the center, and as we get to the sides, exhale, turning the hands, we're exhaling, and then turning back to the other side. Start inhaling through the center, and exhale to the side. You can also reverse that breath. You can exhale through the center, inhale to the sides, exhale through the center, inhale to the sides. Or for a longer breath, you can inhale all the way across from one side to the other. Nice big inhale, and then as we start turning back to the other side, exhale. Nice big long exhale. So play around with the breath. It doesn't need to be anything necessarily specific, but that breathing can definitely help with present moment. Focusing on the breath can help block out distractions. So if you find your mind wandering, same thing goes for meditating. If you find your mind wandering, come back to the breath. Come back to any kind of breathing pattern that you know, that feels good to you. And that can help you dial back into yourself. So just take a few moments on your own. I'll stop yapping. Just breathe. Move slowly, intentionally, twisting at the hips, letting the arms follow. Cloud hands. Keep going. Focus. Breathe. Slow down. Starting to slow down the motions, making it smaller and smaller, not twisting quite as much. Making your way back to the center, nice and slowly. Smaller. Coming back to center point, finding stillness. Take note on your body. Relaxed, less tense, a little bit more fluid in the upper part of the body, shoulders lighter, neck open. And do one more motion. As you can tell, we're looking to nature for a lot of these motions. We have the cloud hands, and we're going to do something called wind in bamboo. So imagine a bamboo stalk and the wind flowing through it, gently making it sway. We can bring the feet a little closer on this one. And very simply, we're going to interlock the fingers in front with the palms facing up. Inhale as we draw up and pressing up. Exhale into this stretch. And then we're going to bend to one side. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, back to center. Other side, inhale, looking up. Exhale to the side. Very gentle bends here. Inhale to the side. Exhale to the center. Opening up the back here. By looking up, we're adding a little bit of a twist into the spine too to help stretch that out, elongate, give a little bit more space between the vertebrae, allowing for greater flow through the spinal cord, which is one of the biggest nerves in the body. And we can allow for greater nerve flow throughout the body, to the organs, to help function better, to help detox our bodies better, to help deliver more oxygen and nutrition to the cells. Keep everything nice and watery and flowing. Water is life. We are made up of a very large percentage of water within the cells, around the organs, within the organs. We want to keep that water moving and flowing to help keep things lubricated and working as they should, so things aren't getting stuck and stagnant. Because emotions are very real. They may not be a physical thing, but they affect the physical plane very much. So we can get emotions stuck in certain tissues, in certain organs. And there's a lot of ways we can release that stuff. But just getting a little bit of a stronger neck and upper back and shoulders, we can help alleviate some of those burdens, because those are some of the biggest tension points in our bodies. That can maybe be a reason why people get headaches, maybe have ear or eye or sinus problems, sleep problems. Reducing the tension in the upper body, pressing it down to the lower body, ultimately into the earth to transform that energy, and embracing the sky, that more light, open, boundless energy. Nothing gets stagnant or stuck up in the sky because it's open. So embrace that, bring some of that energy in, while releasing the toxicity and the stagnation into the ground. A couple more here. And relax the shoulders. And just take a moment to shake anything out. Now we're exercising here. We're doing very slow, intentional movements, but we are exercising the body. So you might feel some tension in the shoulders. You might feel some tension in the neck and the back. And you're saying, wait a second, aren't we supposed to be getting rid of that tension? We are, by building resiliency and strength. Just by moving the arms and moving the torso and the hips the way we were moving them, you might feel it in the moment, but things will begin to relax. So let's bring our feet together. And with a gentle bow, rising up, inhale, and down through the center, exhale. We'll close out this session. Thank you very much, and try to remember simple concepts and simple ideas to help relieve and alleviate tension and to build some more strength and resiliency so that tension doesn't accumulate and build up. Until next time, thank you, be well, and keep on flowing.